Hi there. This is take two. I did this video a few minutes ago, but the internet cut out. So let me rewind a little bit and tell you what this video is about. It's called, what is it called? It's called, Are You Stuck? Can't Move Forward, Can't Move Backward. And I'm Susan Girard, and this is the Emotional Intelligence Show. This week, coming to you from my car in Hilo, Hawaii, south of Hilo. And I like to come to you once a week because I'm on a mission to help people improve their emotional intelligence. It's such an important skill, and it's something that we desperately need right now to help us have empathy and to help us be clear with ourselves and with each other, and also to help us cut through all of the like avalanche of information that comes at us every single day. Emotional intelligence can help you know what is good direction for you without having to sift through a lot of information. So today we're going to talk about getting stuck and being in this place where you can't go back and you can't move forward. And it could also be that you like maybe you were on a roll and you were doing really good, and then all of a sudden you just hit the small and you don't remember why what you were doing was so important, and you don't remember what your next step is, and it's very confusing and it can be very scary. And it can make you feel incompetent and lose your confidence. So I am actually dealing with this right now, and it's really challenging. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about it and to share with you some of the things that I'm doing to work through it. So, the first thing I want to say, I want to tell you a little story about sugarcane farmers in India. There was a recent study done on these farmers because they have a very interesting life. After the harvest, they get paid all the money that they'll use for the year going forward. So after the harvest, they're, very happy and very, grateful and in good spirits because the harvest is done and they've gotten paid. But like a month or so before the harvest, it's a completely different story. They feel they're in a place of scarcity and uncertainty, and it could be very scary. So the reason I'm telling you this story is because researchers did a study on the decision-making abilities of these farmers after the harvest and before the harvest. And what they found is their ability to make decisions was much better after the harvest than it was before it, when they were low on funds. And it turns out that when people are in stress and lack, our survival mechanisms help us focus on what we need to do to survive. And so we're missing a lot of other information around us. So So what they found out about these farmers is that their ability to make decisions was very poor because they had tunnel vision and they were focusing on survival. And sometimes when we're stuck, it's because we are in a scarcity mindset and we get tunnel vision. And it's hard for us to see what other possibilities are out there. And on top of that, if you're like me, sometimes I even get mad at myself for not being able to think clearly or have a broader vision or, feel more confident about my prospects. So if you're feeling stuck and you don't know what to do next, or you feel like whatever you do isn't going to be good enough or effective enough, I completely understand that. That is what I am experiencing right now because of some big changes that have happened in my life. So what I would like to share with you is some things that I am doing to work through this, and hopefully these things will benefit you as well. So the first thing that I have been doing is trying to get in touch with what I do have and what is good about my life. And I'll tell you a story about that. I feel rushed a lot in my life right now because of where I work and what I do. And so when I go to the grocery store, usually I'm rushing around the grocery store, getting stuff and thinking things like, oh, I have to have this and I have to have that. And if I have this, it's going to avert some catastrophe. And what I've been starting to do is when I go into the grocery store is to slow way down. We have a sticker here in Hilo and it says slow yourself down. And I love that sticker. So when I go into the grocery store, instead of getting everything I need and getting out of there, I'm actually, when I pick up something to buy, I'm asking myself, how does this thing contribute to my life? How does it contribute to my well-being? And, I could be holding an apple in my hand. And if I ask myself that question, I know that I love the flavor of this apple. It's so fresh and so satisfying, and I don't have to cook it. I don't have to do anything to it. I just eat it and it's amazing. And you could do the same with toilet paper. How does this toilet paper contribute to my abundance, to my well-being? And of course, we know if we didn't have toilet paper, that would be really challenging. You'd have to go outside and gather leaves or use cloth and wash it, which, that is going to make things kind of not that great, right? So during my day, I'm just trying to slow myself down and get myself out of that tunnel vision. There are so many things that are good and that are okay. It's like that KonMari technique where the woman does the house decluttering. And I've also noticed that when I buy something, I'm really buying it. I'm not just telling myself I need this or, buying it out of habit. I'm really buying it. So sometimes this is hard to do if you're in real stress, but if you can just do it one time a day, like how is this one thing contributing to my well-being, to my abundance? And I think ideally it would be good to live your whole life like this. I would love to do it, but it's going to be like building a muscle, like going to the gym, like, you know, something, at least for me, it will, because I have so much scarcity conditioning from my upbringing and in the culture right now, it's going to take me mental exercise to make this become an integral part of who I am. But I can tell you this has really helped me. It's helped me shift my perspective, and it's helped me to see a fuller picture when my mind wants to have tunnel vision and panic about things that are uncertain, things that I don't know the answer to. Sometimes that ambiguity is really hard when we're like, between clients or between jobs, or maybe we are in a relationship and it's not going the way that we'd like it to. We don't know if it'll have a good ending or a bad ending. Sometimes that waiting is really difficult. So I encourage you to slow yourself down at least just a couple of times a day. And when you talk to a person or buy something in the store or clean something in your house, just stop and ask yourself, how is this a part of my well-being and my abundance? And appreciate. It's a kind of appreciation. But the most important thing is it'll take you out of that tunnel vision, even if it's just for a minute. So I hope that is helpful to you. If you have any questions about being stuck or, like not knowing, like maybe you're in a place right now where there's some big unknowns and you just, I don't know about you, but I really crave the relief of knowing, of going forward, of momentum and traction. And when I'm in a situation where I don't have that, it's super challenging, like very, very challenging. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you would like to learn more about emotional intelligence, because here's the thing, like we can feel our feelings and that's good. And there's a lot to be gained processing our feelings and learning from our feelings. But sometimes in those spaces where it seems like feeling your feelings is feeling and it's not really having that, gratification. So that's why I made this video about that other technique of just slowing yourself down and asking yourself, how does this contribute to my well-being or to my abundance? But if you want to learn more about emotional intelligence and how to dial up your emotional intelligence and all of the great benefits of dialing into emotional intelligence, check out my website, emotionalintelligenceschool.com. And if you would like to discuss working together, I have a contact page. You can just go on that page, send me an email, tell me what's on your mind, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours, unless it's on the weekend. So thank you so much for stopping by, and I wish you calmness and peace and groundedness. And I will talk to you next Wednesday at 4 p.m. Aloha.